one of rock's greatest drummers can no longer hold a drumstick. For 50 years, Phil Collins' own drumming technique was slowly crushing his spinal cord, and he had no idea until it was too late. Today, the man who defined the sound of an era sits watching others play the drums he can no longer touch.
You kind of wish that maybe you had set it up differently to prevent, what maybe happened to your back from having to be like this the whole time.
Yeah, it always felt natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not particularly like it is now, but when I was playing, I could get things in the right place.
In August 1970, he joined Genesis as their drummer, and in 1975 became lead singer following Peter Gabriel's departure.
He said, "Man, you should sing." I was singing on this song, and he said, "You should sing. I know you're a good drummer, but you should sing. You sound a bit like Steve Winwood." And I said, "Well, great, because I love Steve Winwood, but I mean, I'm a drummer. I don't want to be singing." But as the show went on, I got more confident that first show, and it took me years, absolutely years, to take the microphone off the stand. That became my drum kit. That became my security blanket between me and the audience.
Collins' drumming prowess earned widespread recognition.
So when we did In the Air Tonight, we've got set up in the live room, and I was playing, and then when we came to record, I did a drum fill into my intro, and that fill was da 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 da, and we thought that sounds good, and we left it at that, And when we came to mix it, we really went to town on it, and it was my album, so the drums could be as loud as I wanted.
Modern drummer readers voted for Collins as Pop Mainstream Rock Drummer of the Year for multiple consecutive years in the late 1980s and early 1990s. But something was wrong. Something had been accumulating silently for decades. During Genesis's 2007 Turn It On Again reunion tour, featuring nightly drumming duels with session drummer Chester Thompson, the accumulated damage finally revealed itself. Collins suffered a spinal injury that resulted in nerve damage to his hands, fundamentally altering his ability to perform. Collins underwent spinal surgery on the vertebrae in his neck, after years of drumming and poor posture left him with a spinal cord injury and nerve damage. In his own words, his vertebrae began to crush his spinal cord over 50 years of sitting behind a drum set. The posture that felt natural, that allowed him to create his signature sound, was actually a slow-motion catastrophe. In 2015, Collins recalled the devastating reality. Following back surgery, his doctor told him his vital signs were all there, and that if he wanted to play drums again, all he had to do was practice. But when Collins first attempted to drum after his surgery, the sticks went flying across the room because he didn't have the strength to hold onto them.
The very first time I played, the stick flew out of my hand. My left hand was not capable of gripping the stick enough to do anything of any subtlety at all.
He created makeshift drumstick holders using tape around his hands, desperately trying to reclaim what had been taken from him. It didn't work. On March 26, 2022, Genesis played what Collins announced would be their final show at London's O2 Arena. Collins performed seated throughout, at times aided by a walking stick when he moved. His son Nick played drums in his place.
Tonight is a very special night. Of course, we're playing in London, and it's the last stop of our tour. And it's the last show for Genesis.
In December 2024, Phil did a documentary, Phil Collins, Drummer First, captured Collins' emotional return to his drum kit, reflecting on his career and the impossible loss of his abilities. His son Nick provided heartbreaking context, revealing that years of drumming took a significant toll on his father's posture and spine. Nick believes drummers like his father felt invincible back in the day, not thinking about the damage they could be doing to their health. Nick Collins is not just the son of Phil Collins, He's a talented drummer in his own right. Following in his father's rhythmic footsteps, Nick's passion for drumming runs deep, and he's carved out his own path in the music world. With a natural talent and a love for the craft, he brings his own style and energy to every performance, proving that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, echoing the legacy of his father while making it his own. One particularly poignant moment, Collins slowly walking to sit by the drum riser during Second Home by the Sea, watching his son Nick play the fiendish drum pattern he originated decades ago, but can no longer perform himself. A proud father watching his son master the beats that were once his signature. When asked if he could play drums at all anymore, Collins replied with heartbreaking honesty, "No, I would love to, but, I can barely hold a stick with this hand, so there are certain physical things which get in the way." The warning for future generations. Phil Collins' story is both inspiration and warning. His extraordinary talent made him one of the greatest drummers in rock history, but the physical demands of his craft, specifically the way he approached his instrument, ultimately took away his ability to play what he loved most. For young drummers and musicians, Collins' experience underscores a crucial lesson. Even the greatest talents are not immune to the physical consequences of their art. The body keeps score, and sometimes the price of greatness is higher than anyone imagines.
The drumming has taken its toll on my hands, legs. It's and I don't want to be a caricature of myself, so I'd rather stop. It's. If I can't do what I did as well as I did it, I'd rather, relax and not do anything. If I wake up one day and I can, hold a pair of drumsticks, and then I will have a crack at it.
Smash that subscribe button right now. Don't just sit there. Join the crew, stay locked in, and let's keep the beat alive.